For all of you people out there that run a not-for-profit program, for all of you people out there who have amassed a great deal of experience and know-how and have chosen to share that with the community, for all of you people who give your time and your money and expect nothing in return, know this: there will be times where you question if it was all worth it. It is, although you might go without eating for 2 or 3 weeks. You may decide that you're crazy, but at the end of the day, you look back at why you're doing what you're doing. You look back at, if you were smart, you look back at your mission statement. You look back at your vision. You look back at the circumstances, the people, the reasons you stepped into this work, and you'll reset and remember why you do it. The last couple of months have been hard. My sanity has been under examination by myself and some close people. But in every low, there has always been a high. And I am pleased to report that the values that I have endeavored to impart from day one are showing up like gangbusters. Sure, I have people I serve who don't share my values or give mouth service only to my values. I have people I serve who like my values as far as those values serve them. But I have people who embrace those values. And I just want to brag for a second. I run a homeschool program. I work with children from grades 6 through 12. And I have endeavored from day one to create a culture of kindness. Most homeschool programs, especially in my neck of the woods, have families sign a statement of faith. These are my Christian values. I will adhere tightly to these values. That has precluded a great deal of prospective homeschoolers from being in those communities. And I have always had a problem with that, regardless of what my faith is. I am Christian. I just don't believe that it is anyone but the family's job to teach Christianity or whatever religion you follow. But I am of the opinion that people will understand your values by how you treat them kindly. Make up your mind to never harm someone with your actions or words as much as humanly possible. Always default to asking yourself, are my actions causing harm, and how do I fix that if that is the case? And that's just how I floated through life, probably, I wouldn't say the last 20 years. I'm 56. When I turned 40, I had a hard reset where I realized this is who I am as an adult. And I asked myself how I'm going to live out the rest of my years. And I've always hated drama. I've always hated negativity. And it was around that time that I hinged on being kind, doing good. And so the brag that I have is I have a student who just decided in their heart this year that not only were they going to do well, but their friends were going to do well additionally. And if a child is absent, he gets on Zoom with them and does homework. If they have a lunch break or just free time, he pulls a little study corner over. He pulls kids into a little corner and they study whatever it is. He gets his homework this way. They get their homework done. They bounce ideas off of each other. If they disagree, they come to an adult to help them figure out what they have right or wrong. And boy, am I really proud of that. So proud. I have a child who had some discipline problems last year and at some point decided in their heart that that was not going to be them this year. And not only have they stood up for other people, but they have stood up for themselves, whereas If they were asked to be disingenuous, they said, no, I'm not going to do that. I have kids who just look around and see how everyone around them is doing and gives hugs or a pat on the back or whatever it is they feel that person needs. I have a child who draws really good boundaries for themselves on what they will accept from others and what they will not. And when someone crosses their boundaries, they let them know. They take a break. They give that person a chance to think on what they have done or said. And then they come back in that same beautiful, giving way. I could go through all my students. Like I said, some people like the kindness because it means everyone has to be kind to them. Not everyone has fully embraced it, but I think what I have witnessed is that as more and more people live in that spirit, more and more people find it infectious and are drawn to it. And so for those of you who have given your time and your finances for no glory, for the greater good, and for those of you that find yourself pinched because maybe you've given too much, or maybe people have overstepped and asked too much, or maybe people didn't get what they wanted from what you had to offer and decided to throw a lighted match on it. I see you, and the people that are supposed to see you, see you. You cannot please everyone. Don't try to please everyone. Go back to your original mission and vision and examine it. Make sure that it is good based on what your intention was, if not adjust it. But then stick to the reasons that you're doing what you're doing, and then people won't be able to turn your head and misdirect you. Till next time.